By now, you've been through diligence with quite a few venture capital firms. Can you
Yep.
just compare and contrast a little bit and tell a little bit of the story of some of the co-creating moments that happened there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's a totally different experience than your typical venture firm that is just wanting kind of, to check the spreadsheet items off the list and, be okay with that. My experience with you all at Eagle was we were actually working on the business model in the due diligence period. We were like, okay, is this going to be the best way of entering the market? Is this going to be the best go-to-market strategy? I remember one of the very first calls with all of the Eagle partners. I think by the end of the call, we had completely changed the business model based on the brainstorming session we had.
I remember the
And
call.
yeah, I was so happy because I was like, oh my goodness, this is like, I haven't been able to put these pieces together on my own. And we're taking in, these successful entrepreneurs that are willing to pour into me and really fine tune the business model. And I think that's what matters because, it's not just, hey, I'm putting an investment here and I'm putting an investment here and then hopefully it turns out. You all are rolling up your sleeves and actually doing the work that's needed to make these companies successful, to make my company successful. I mean, I don't know where we would be today if it wasn't for that wisdom that was constantly being poured into us. And that was even before you all had invested. You were working with us to really, learn, okay, how are you thinking about this? And I remember when we were going through all of the different aspects of diligence, it felt much more about, how are we actually going to execute on this business model? How are we going to be successful if we choose to go down this route? It was much more intentional and much more of a conversation and a lot less of, hey, send us your 5-year projections, send us your balance sheet. It was more of like, along with those things as well, it was more of like, how's this business going to work? How are we going to make it work together as partners? That was very different.